Hey guys, welcome back. It's a Monday. It's a Grande Punto. She's not going. It's a report of it's had a starter fitted, mate, and it's still not starting. So we confirmed it has had a new starter. Right guys, so I was testing the main test lead on Saturday and I had no power on it. I put the little battery on charge, right, on Saturday. I put it back in this morning. I came back and I did an MOT, went away and did an MOT, come back, and I had left the test lamp in the earth. So the big wire was down this lead, the main power lead, and it was connected to the starter. So I've since put it all back in. Anyway, what was happening was I thought, right, this must be broken. We've no power on this. We should have constant 12 volt on that. So I've just checked the power into the ECU, and that's fine. So I was having a wee look at the earth because I've already checked the earth, and I thought, okay, there's nothing wrong with the earth. And then I just came down and actually put the test lamp onto the one which is on the starter motor down there. Not the starter motor, sorry, it's for the starter motor. But anyway, it's on the gearbox down here. So I was following it, and put the test lamp on it, and it lit up green, showing that we had a good earth. So I just given it a little wiggle, and there you go. So I think we'll put another earth on this now and see what happens. So there you go. So I did say to the customer, it's either going to be a bad earth, a bad relay, a bad wire. If he's fitted the starter motor and it's still not cranking, then there has to be something there. When the vehicle first came in, I take this test lead out of there now. When the vehicle first came in, I let it run outside, I brought it back in, and I let it run for a little bit longer. This is a 5-ton ramp, so it's like lifting a piece of paper on this car. So I had to jack it actually to get the legs under, because it's not meant to be this ramp for little Fiat Puntos. So anyway, we'll put an earth on it now and we'll see if we can get it going. So anyway, we brought it back in and the car started back up. Switched it off again, tried it again on the key, and it didn't start. So just as they reported, it wouldn't start at all off the key. And when I spoke to the customer about the start, and they said it's the first time it's did that, he says. So obviously I just touched that earth wire there. I was just wiggling it and it just came off in my hands. So I think surely that has to be the issue there. So we'll see if we can get a new earth on it, and we'll see if she starts up. So fingers crossed there, as I literally just touched that, and I cleaned up everything at the starter motor. Double checked what the guy did that fitted the starter motor, and I didn't see anything untoward, so I've just put it back together because I know it was starting. You can see how I did the silicone on the sump, man, they were a bit overzealous. So you can see that's obviously been in there, a bit rotten, so it's probably just been touching. I've wiggled it and it's just come out. So we shall have to see now if we can get a new earth for the battery to there. So I'll have to go and make inquiries on that. I think I'll give that nut a soak. You just heard it all come back to life there. So hopefully it's just not had a good enough earth, and we can get the car running again. So we'll need to get that off, but I will give that a soaking, and you can see it's getting a bit rusty here, so it's not going to have a great earth. That is leaking oil on the sump, unfortunately. Like I said, whoever did it doesn't look like they did a very good job of it. So if all that's coming out the outside, sure as hell it's going to be some on the inside there. So the worry is that it's blocked up engine. Looking at it, it doesn't look like it's been serviced in a long time either. So we'll need to get a new earth for it now. I just touched that and it came apart. That shouldn't be the case, you know. That shouldn't be the case. Shouldn't be. So we'll need to get a bit of earth lead on that and see what she does. Right, so we're in a little Punto. We had a load of codes for this here. For the back tailgate, the lamp, the wiper, everything, man. Right, and I can see a load of bare wires on there, man. So not good. Not good, not sure who did that. Obviously the trunk is missing as well. The rubber, Jesus Christ, it's all sellotape. Aye, right, so that's got sellotape around it. These have all got sellotape around it. I mean, I'm not saying this is why the car's not starting, man, but if I've got wires like that, right, it could be potentially arcing on that body there. I've never seen a wire on a pair like that before. That is pretty special. You can see the tape the person used. Look at that for a wiring repair job, Jesus Christ. So that one didn't have anything around it, to be honest with you. This looks like gaffer tape. They all look connected up, to be honest with you, but there's no chance they're going to be working. The amount of codes we had for this back door, I think it was 6 codes for this back tailgate, so is there any wonder? So when things are like, I'm not saying this is why the car's not starting, it's not cranking the wee car, but we had a load of codes here, so have a look there. And aye, that's what we found. So that all wants fixed, man, that's no good. You can't have that like that. That's a bit sketchy. Obviously we know about the air fluid. That's the air fluid that was on the top of the gearbox. We just touched it. You can see it's rotten. Just touched it and it fell to bits. So, however, still no starting the car. We're back to checking the signal wire. So that's taking it off again. So nothing, which we shouldn't have. Turn the key to crank. 12 volts. So it's obviously disconnected now, but why is it not cranking? That's a funny connection on this starter, to be honest with you. I'll show you it. Right, so you can see where our test lead is, and I've cleaned up. This thing here goes on and must push that into that terminal, so I'll take this wire away and show you how it goes. So this exciter wire is meant to go up to here, and that is how it was fitted when it came in. So, and we're getting 12 volts down on it. I don't think it's a bad starter, because it did start. That was brand new. The car did start one time off the key, so that's meant to go in there to there to there, and then when you tighten up the big wire, which as far as I can tell has 12 volts as well. Hang on. Right, so I've put another washer into that dodgy looking terminal, which the washer that I put in is actually a sump plug washer for an L200 gearbox. So there you go, that's the only one I could find that would fit it. Obviously we know about the broken earth, it was really bad, just touched it and it broke, so there we go. So I think then, combination of the bad earth and the bad connection at the starter motor, but I will need to keep trying it throughout the, because it did start one time on me. Did start one time, so I think that's going to be it, but I will need to double check. So obviously I've put 2 earths on it, because this one here, as you can see, it had all that blue tinge there, all the blue rot. Now I have been at the earth underneath the screen wash bottle. I just slackened it and tightened it back up. Now I think that's why I was getting intermittent power on this lead here. So the only other thing I did attempt here, other than putting another washer on that, is I had a wee go at the alternator wiring, and I couldn't get it to come off. So I mean, could be that there's a combination of things caused this, and we've still got the machine hooked up to it actually, so we'll see what's going on there with those codes. So we'll come back out of here, we'll come back out of there, and if it will, we'll go to quick erase anyway, and then we'll rescan. So it's cleared those out, that's finished, 100%. Fault scan. So, not got any codes. I think we should have some codes for the body computer. So yeah, 5 faults in the body computer, which are all relating to that back tailgate wiring, I think. So we'll just double check it again. So there's 2 in the power steering. Right, so high mounted stop lamp, can fault, and rear window. So no can communication with power steering, vehicle speed. So I wonder if the power steering is actually working then. So when I checked it the other day, I said, oh, these are good, these have got the city button, but I thought the steering was very heavy on it, so I bet it is. So we'll lower it back down, onto the ground, and then we'll just see what's going on. So I'll put the weight right down on it and just double check. Oh, I've no less down under there, have I? No, doesn't look like it. Right, so I'll see now that the weight's on it. Right, the ramp's right down. I had to jack it to get onto this lift. Just double check it's still starting. Which it is. Oh, the power steering's working. The power steering seems to be working there. So, let's see. See, I was testing the relays as well. So this is a fuse box for a Fiat. It's from a different Fiat, but it is a Fiat one. And we also checked the pins into the ECU, and they came back good. So I'm going to tidy that back up. So it's not taking that long, to be honest with you. Maybe 2 hours in total to get the wee car going. You know, do your basic checks, fuses. If you've got some relays that you can test, you can swap. Check that. And then the next thing we went on is the earth. We found the broken earth, brilliant. Still wouldn't start, so good. Right, so back to the starter motor. Clipped this on, which you've all seen. I was getting my 12 volts. I'm like, that should start now. That should start. There should be no reason this should not start. So I've taken the starter motor wiring back again, and I'll show you. Hold on. Hey guys, so you might just be able to see there is an extra washer in there now. So just making that all a bit tighter in there, so that onto that solenoid. So it is a funny connection. Like I said, the only other thing, I did attempt that, and I couldn't get it to move. Now you can see there's a load of washers in there, so I'm not actually sure what's going on with that alternator, to be honest with you, but I hear it's been on it for a long time and it's not caused any issues. The only other thing I did slacken and tighten up was that earth right there. And my spanner's still on it actually, so, and that one right there. And she started. So, and you can see where that earth goes to, so you can see there's the original one there. I just kept it in there. So there you go guys, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, give us a call. You never know, we might be able to take care of your electrical issue also. You know, I thought I'd still in my green basket there. See, that green basket looks awfully familiar in there. So anyway, hopefully it's still starting. Seems to be. They were on about the wee padlock thing. I don't think that's been the case. Oh! Didn't like that, did it? That's probably me, just a bit overzealous. Oh, no, so it doesn't like it. Why is it doing that? That did need to query that on that. Oh aye, something like that. It's like the starter's not engaging, right? So I wonder then. If it's maybe just me not giving it enough turns to the engine to stop. That's maybe just me, but actually being a bit quick. So there you go, we'll take the key out it, pull the VCI off from the mighty autel. So we'll turn that off and check it one more time. Alright, seems good to me. Seems good to me, so obviously it's getting an old car now. So we'll tidy up this again, put all that back, that should be it. Guys, we've got the Grande Punto design Guigaro. Not sure what that means, right? So, rear tyres, plenty of tread on them. Plenty of tread. That one, oh, geez, right, that one's binding. So there's a big bind there. Not sure what's going on there. You can actually just see, if I get the big snap-on torch actually, looking here. If you look at that wheel cylinder, it is all crusty. If you look at that one, but it's shoved in further, so it's like it's leaning over. I would imagine it's all the corrosion build-up on the back of the alloy which is shoving it. That brake pipe there, it's starting to swell up. So it's corroded underneath that plastic coating. The springs on the rear are very crusty, same with the axles, very corroded as well. They're not broken, the springs, but they are rusty. You can see all the chassis rails there. The exhaust good on it, I love this, man. It's a new thing now. Rather than exhaust paste or whatever, they're just putting silicone in now, so it shouldn't do anything to it right back there. But aye, it's just something that seems to be a common thing now. Anyway, you can see the underside, quite crusty. I've not chatted about it yet. To be honest with you, the car's due an MOT I think at the end of the week, so I think we'll just leave that to the MOT tester. He can do all that. So you can see all the crustation on it. It is a 55 plate car in the Scotland, so it's still not too bad. I think probably the sills be okay for it. It is getting crusty. That bit there's a bit of concern actually, you can see that is quite bad actually. I can't poke my finger and thumb through it, so that is the test, to be honest with you. Finger and thumb pressure, if you poke your finger and thumb through it. Now there is a corrosion assessment tool, it's not a hammer, so you would tap on here, tap on the bits and you go, that sounds different there, and then if you really want to show, you can put a magnet in and you think, oh god, that's full of fiberglass or something. So anyway, obviously we know there's a bind on that side there. The springs, it should be okay. The brake lines, you can see there's a bit there swollen, same there. You can see, so you can see how it's meant to look, and then we get to that bit, it's all swollen, so we know the water's got into it. We can see actually the fitting there. So the suspension arms, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. What is going on there, man? What else happened there? So it's got a nut and then a nut over it with a lock side on that way, so I didn't find any play there. Suspension arms are very, very corroded. Yeah, the bushes are all perished. Same with that one, all perished there as well. So, and the front discs are a bit pitted. Now when we look in there, the brake pad thickness is a bit thin, so it would maybe need the pads and discs done on it for its MOT. Again, we'd leave that to the MOT tester. Looks like the drive shaft seal, something's leaking there, I'm not sure. We'd have to have a further look at that, probably clean it. You can see our new earth straps were put on it, and the sump's leaking. So same with the front suspension springs, they're a bit corroded. That brake pipe's swollen as well. This side is not swollen, that one's not swollen. That spring's all corroded, but none of them seem broken. Still looks like the original suspension units that's on it, so they're probably knackered, to be honest with you. So not too bad, the wee car. I mean, it is getting a bit crusty. You can see even on the wheel arches there, you know, it is starting to crust up. Same with the upper attachments on the shock, they're very crusty looking. They can break off them when they get too bad. Yeah, same with that one up there. Shock absorber, they've probably been done at some point. So yeah, I think with cars like this, you're better just putting them into the MOT station and let the MOT tester tell you what you've got and what you need to do on it to keep it on the road. I'm an MOT tester, but we don't have the bay in here, so it wouldn't be me at the MOT in it. I would certainly be advising the corrosion on the springs and the corrosion on the brake pipes. Certainly I would probably have a little scrape at the brake pipes just to make sure, you know, they're not too bad. You're never allowed to use the corrosion assessment tool to scrape anything off them to assess them. I've not seen any bulbs away. Obviously the car's got a load of electrical issues with that back tailgate needing all sorted, and I think there's probably more bad wiring on the car somewhere. But anyway, there you go guys, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, give a wee subscribe, free for you guys, and have yourselves a great day, okay? Right, let's see what is going on here. So, I need to set up. Got to move. those on the Punto.
God. Jesus. That's thick, I tell you. Is that nice? That's really thick.
So,
oh, you beauty. Right. So now we'll be able to see what on earth is going on. So you can see I just chipped the drum, but the drum itself is okay. I'm not cracked the drum or anything. That's not cool probably. Anyway, we had to get it off. Once I could not turn that.
only bit I've not priced at the moment. So. This one. I believe it's just sea solid, but oh aye. Some no moving. Unless it's all that has been stuck. No, the banging. Yeah, the film seems okay. Obviously you guys can't see what I'm seeing for there, so let's have a look and see. So, obviously you've seen, here's where I've been pressing on. So there is 2 holes in it, which is designed for this purpose. Now you can see the wheel cylinder has moved on this, right? So I did point that out to the customer, that I think these have swollen and moved in. So I need to take the cable off it and see, or no, pull the cable on actually and see what's happening once we release it, see if it sticks. So hang on, I'm going to pull the handbrake lever. Right, so let's see what it's doing. Oh, can't reach. Really tall as well. No idea. I can't reach. Climb. Right. Right, so maybe it's just been the cylinder that's got stuck. Ow, this is twice I've hurt myself with this motor now. God's sakes! Right, so I'm going to put the drum back on. See what happens. Nice. Quality stuff. It's not like come back out. Okay, we'll put. Right, so I have cleaned up all the disc. Flat disc, the big huge lip that was on the inside of it off. So it comes on off quite easy. Hopefully that don't, hope I can get it back off. Right, so let's see. There has my wheel bolts gone. There we go. Throw on some more. That went off first, you see. Can this move? Oh yes, it moves. So, right, see what's going on there with the other side. Right, so you can see the other side. Right, so right, good news, my camera went off there, I don't know what happened. So freed off that brake, I've no idea what it was. Obviously it chipped a wee bit of the drum, but it wasn't coming off. So this side seems to be fine, it was just that side, just the passenger side. I will need to actually check, see what bulbs are working on it. Those ones are working at least, so I'll see if the brake lights are working. Yeah, brake lights, just a high level stop lamp, which obviously we know about all that wiring. So I'll take this off. Yeah, so they've dimmed down now, so the brake lights are working. So just make sure these are still turning and I've pressed the foot brake. So I don't know what it was, if it was the wheel cylinder. Must have been, I think, to be honest with you. It's just stuck, so, and we know they need replaced, to be honest with you. Anyway guys, well, the wee Punto, she's got a bulb light on. I'm not too concerned about that. It's starting. I'll fix the one issue that I know is definitely an issue for its MOT, which is that rear binding brakes. So now, just maybe the tyres, I think. They definitely, they're not far away from going through to the cords, these with a bulb like that. So you can see that one there, so that one's definitely not going to be long till it's into the cord. So it could be with some pads and discs. It is getting a bit, you know, crusty, the wee car. The subframe's getting a bit of corrosion on it, and especially the suspension arms and stuff. So anyway, one issue taken care of.